Bulavinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rock.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, more alarming statistics revealed about rape. Heavy rain causes flooding in Suva. And more than half of Fiji's population dependent on fisheries.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
An alarming 91 rape judgments have been handed by the Fiji courts over the last 2 years up until earlier this year. Out of this, 89 cases were before the High Court and 2 before the Magistrates Court. The statistics reveal that in all the cases, the perpetrator was male and averaged 38 years of age. Rachel Nath with the details.
These statistics were revealed in a research report released by the Fiji Women's Rights Movement, Balancing the Scales, Improving Fijian Women's Access to Justice. The report reveals that 39 victims were all women, while 62 survivors were between the age of 13 to 17.
These women, they experienced violence for an average of 868 days before they went to the police or court to resolve the issue. 8 in 10 rated that the following factors as important, very important or critical when deciding to visit the police or court for their family violence or family law matter. And these are concern for their children, access to legal advice and or support, and lack of financial means.
The Chief Justice also highlighted the need to establish a victims' commission to assist with post-trauma.
Adjunctive services make the system work. I've said this before, the NGOs have a role to play not only in the first hour procedure, making sure people are represented, somebody accompanying somebody to court. This is very important, so that people are not left out in the cold when they've got enough of a trauma and a history to remember.
The ODPP and Legal Aid also raised their concerns on certain areas of the system.
It doesn't seem to be getting a lot of attention is victim impact statements, and this is often just done by the police officer who very quickly just takes a few details from the witness and that goes up to the court. What you really need is to have a psychologist or somebody like that being able to give an expert opinion.
We just have to be sensitive, and we have assisted members of public that have come in and regarding gender issues, and so that no specific training, but we do try and be considerate, or to some extent be sensitive in terms of assisting them.
The research information launched today has also laid out recommendations to assist the justice system in improving the access provided to women. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
A 32-year-old man alleged to have raped a 4-year-old girl confirmed in the Suva High Court that he had a sexual relationship with the child's biological mother. At the time, the 4-year-old was the adopted daughter of his de facto wife. The man is charged with 2 counts of rape and is alleged to have raped the 4-year-old on 16th March in Navua. Pranita Prakash tells us the matter was reported to the police by the victim's biological mother.
The accused testified he and the victim's stepmother had been living together for 7 years. However, he said he also began a relationship with the victim's biological mother 2 years ago. On the day of the alleged rape, he testified of an argument with his de facto partner who was accusing him of molesting the adopted 4-year-old. He maintained that he loved the girl and did not do anything to her. The next day, he moved out. He added the biological mother, with whom he'd been having an affair, had wanted him to leave his de facto partner and live with her, bringing her biological 4-year-old daughter with him. A week later, he received a call from his de facto partner asking him to mind their adopted daughter for the weekend. He said he took the girl to his place and returned her home on Monday. That Friday, he was arrested after the biological mother lodged a complaint with police. The trial continues tomorrow. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The Fiji Women's Crisis Centre is still concerned with how some police officers are treating women who lodge complaints about domestic violence and sexual abuse. This was highlighted during the 3rd Pacific Executive Police Training on Gender-Based Violence and Human Rights. The workshop is crucial for officers to understand the gender dynamics and power relations in cases of violence against women, and should help the officers critique and develop policy and procedures to respond to such cases.
Police officers belong to our society, so they go in with the same biases and so on. We also use our religion, our culture. Those thoughts are still in us, and so when they are responding from that place. So that is what makes it very difficult for women to report the way they are treated at the police stations.
Continuous heavy rain in the Central Division last night caused flash flooding in most areas around Suva this morning. FBC News visited these affected areas and discovered the flooding was due to blocked drains. Akusita Tale has more.
Most areas in the capital was on a standstill this morning as roads, streets and highways were underwater from the heavy downpour. Areas that were affected were Vatuanga, Nandera, Narere, Lodhala Beach, Sekola Road and Lodhala Bay. Close to 30 staff of tropical garments in Lodhala Bay were sent home as water from a nearby blocked drain flooded the factory. Director of Tropical Garments Bhupendra Kumar says this has affected their productivity.
Since 2006, and we've been complaining to City Council since 2006. Then when Road Authority took over, we also complained to them. But no one's taking responsibility to sort this thing out.
Residents in eastern Vitilevu can expect heavy downpour, especially in the Navua, Suva and Osori corridor. The public is advised the heavy rain can cause flooding to low-lying areas as well as places with poor drainage, streams and creeks. Parents are also advised to supervise children's whereabouts, especially during this heavy downpour. Akusita Tali, FBC News.
The case where the body of a woman who was found floating in the Suva harbour has been classified as drowning. Police spokesperson Ana Naisoro says this follows a post-mortem conducted this morning. Naisoro confirms a relative came forward and identified the deceased, who is from Lokia in Rewa. Once investigations are completed, the file will be forwarded for inquest. Still to come, more than half of Fiji's population dependent on fisheries. And Dr. Reddy's judgment deferred to next Friday. Stay with us.
Number 2 na serre. Ya lora subuli kurna bili. Iborani wat sekarang hambara binaranga. Total takinan na warrongan ng Bula FM. Number 2 na serre. Bula!
Bula FM.
More than half of Fiji's population depend on fish as a source of income and livelihood, mostly Fijians living in coastal areas. Ministry of Fisheries says they're currently experiencing a decline in their fish stock. Kelly Vadalo reports.
Over the years, the Fisheries Ministry has advised people to refrain from consuming a particular species of fish or stop polluting the ocean to conserve fish stock and the marine environment.
60% of Fiji's total population depends on fisheries products because they are coastal dwellers. Coastal dwellers means they live by the sea, and it's not only them that consume fish and other fisheries products, but it's the Fiji population as a whole. Because as the population increases, the threats coming from the population, the populace, also increases. This is in regards to pollution in many forms. You're aware through rubbish, through what's coming from boats and the other human-induced.
World Fisheries Day was marked at Sakuna Park, Suva today to highlight the need to maintain a healthy ocean system and increase local fish stock.
A lot of us living in the coastal marine areas depend on fish as a source of livelihood. We depend on it for income as well.
While it might take a decade for a fishery to recover, action needed to help achieve this need to start now. It is always hard to give up our resources for the sake of conservation. However, big decisions need to happen now before we reach the point of no return.
The ministry says the fishing industry exports up to $400 million worth of fish products annually and contributes about 2.9% to Fiji's GDP. Kelly Badala, FBC News.
The Department of Public Security Bureau in the Hubei province from China and the Fiji Police Force are working to fight against international crime. Vice Governor and the Director General of the department, Zheng Jin, says despite the vast difference in the number of police officers of the two countries, they are similar in that crime is universal and knows no boundaries. Jin paid a courtesy visit to the Commissioner of Police, Brigadier General Sitiveni Gilio, at their headquarters. He invited the force to send their officers to Hubei province for training, as there is a lot of potential to exchange and share information. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Gilio accepted the invitation and says their officers have undergone training in various provinces in China and was appreciative of any opportunity to learn from international partners. Former Minister for Education Dr. Mahendra Reddy's judgment will be delivered next Friday. Dr. Reddy's judgment was supposed to be delivered today by Magistrate Osai Ratovili, but he said the judgment was not ready. Dr. Reddy is charged with 1 count of bribery and 1 count of undue influence by FICAC. It is alleged that he offered steady water source for Ra High School to influence the vote of one Waisele Mbombo, who is the school manager. It is also alleged that Dr. Reddy interfered with the free exercise or performance of a political right of Lembombo. Turning to world news, Zimbabwe's ruling ZANU-PF party is set to begin impeachment proceedings against President Robert Mugabe on charges that include allowing his wife to surpass constitutional power. This as the military continues to call for calm ahead of the motion, which is now due to be presented to Parliament later today. Ahead in sports with Jamie, Commonwealth Games baton in Fiji, but up next is Rachel with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up in business tonight. ANZ's money saving scheme helps Fijians. And in growing Fiji, new vessel for tourism operator. Stay with us.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1। इट्स सो हॉट।
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट।
हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेकी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट। आई लव मिर्ची एफएम।
हमें स्पिन टोटो ताबुआ के मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे।
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट।
In business tonight, an independent review of ANZ's money-minded financial education program in Fiji has found that participants are now saving more and better able to withstand financial shocks. The Money-Minded in Fiji Impact Report 2017 was launched in Suva today. The report was prepared by the University of South Pacific, which interviewed people who had participated in the program. ANZ Fiji country head Saad Minam says more than 7,000 Fijians have participated in the Money-Minded program since it was launched in Fiji in 2011. One of the most amazing outcomes of the is that 64% of participants are now saving $50 a week or $2,600 a year. And we now join Sharon from HFC Bank with the latest from the money markets.
Thank you. Let's have a quick overview of the market today. Generally, it's been quite 2 days on the economic calendar. We didn't really have much economic news released, except the Japanese merchandise trade balance yesterday. The October results came in at 285.4 billion yen, lower than the expected 330 billion. During the day, we had the Reserve Bank of Australia release its meeting minutes. The minutes give a full account of their policy discussion 2 weeks after their interest rate decision. The release showed policymakers pondered subdued consumer prices and pay rewards across the economy. In other news, the US dollar touched its highest in nearly a week, but the euro lost some ground amid political concerns. The week ahead, however, is expected to get busier as we brace for important data from the US and the euro. Also, traders will await a speech by US Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen tomorrow night for any clues on the direction of US monetary policy. And that's all for now.
Thanks for the update, Sharon. Looking at today's current exchange rates set this morning for our Fijian dollar. Our dollar was up against the Australian, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen and the euro, but was slightly down against the Chinese yuan, the US dollar and the PNG kina. As for the commodities market, there was a drop across the board today, with oil prices closing at $55.34 a barrel. Gold lost its gains it made yesterday to close at $1,279 an ounce, and silver closed at $16.94 an ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, South Sea Cruises officially welcomed their newest vessel to their fleet yesterday. The 240-seat Panther will be used to service the Mamanudas. The demand to transport not only tourists but workers and residents to and from the island was the main reason for purchasing the $6 million Panther. South Sea Cruises now has 7 vessels servicing the Mamanudas.
You know, we've got a clear goal to improve the quality of our services, improve the performance, and in line with Tourism Fiji's goal to improve quality and ensure Fiji is offering a really quality tourism product, this certainly goes a long way to helping that.
And that's it from business this evening. Now to sports. Here's Jamie.
Naka Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, more from the Fiji Sevens camp. And Rewa footballers get boost for Pacific Cup. This and more after the break.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1। इट्स सो हॉट।
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट।
हाय, मैं संध्या नारियल रेफ्रिजरेटर से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट। आई लव मिर्ची एफएम।
हमें स्पिन टोटो ताबुआ के मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे।
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
With the Sevens pre-season over and a national team selected for the first leg of the World Series, it's only a matter of time for Fiji Airways Sevens coach Gareth Baber to see how his boys perform on the main stage. Baber has tested a number of combinations of the last few weeks and hopes come Dubai, his final 13 will set the tone for the series campaign. Meli Tavanga has more.
Coach Gareth Baber believes he has selected a very strong team and is confident they will deliver in the opening leg of the series.
I think you read too much into off-season stuff, and particular tournaments we've played with mixed players and different combinations, and I've tried to develop as many players in the off-season as I can. Some of those are now ready and pushing through.
Inclusion of Tundra players and the development of his new reps has impressed the mentors so far.
They're training well and they've been part of what we've done all season and all off-season, and I want to see what they would do when they went to Dubai. Equally, if it happens to be some of the Drua boys, it's because of the performances they've put in with the Drua, how they've developed when they've played in that, and the quality I've seen there. So I'm trying to blend that quality as quickly as I can to make sure, obviously, we've got a force to be reckoned with going into the series.
Fiji Sevens rep Joshua Wakurnambili says he is looking forward to donning the white jersey.
All the boozer chasa and website, all the foods, and me and PD said all new. So we will try our best for the Dubai.
The National Sevens squad, who are currently in camp, continues its preparations at the Uprising Beach Resort ground before leaving our shores on Saturday. Belitabanga, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Airways Flying Fijians have dropped a place in the updated World Rugby rankings released today. Fiji has slipped to 10th place after losing out to Italy by 19 points to 10, then to Ireland by 23 points to 20 in the Autumn Tour test matches. Argentina moves up to 9th place. Pacific neighbours Tonga is in 14th position, 1 place ahead of Samoa. New Zealand remains on top, followed by England and Australia. Flying Fijians coach John McKee expects a polished performance from his side when they take on Canada this Sunday. The national team has lost its 2 previous matches on tour, but McKee says with some work on a few problem areas ahead of the Canada match, the team should end its tour on a good note. Vasnil Prasad reports.
The Flying Fijians are preparing to display a powerful performance against the 21st ranked Canada side in its last Europe Tour Test match on Sunday.
On a couple of key areas of our game, and we can put in a really top performance next week against Canada to round out our November Test series.
John McKee says there are a few areas they need to polish up, which was exposed during the matches against Italy and Ireland.
And we just haven't been accurate enough in the ruck area with our first and second support plays, and making sure that they clean out and protect our balls. So that'll be a big work on.
Fiji plays Canada at 6 a.m. on Sunday. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Giant second rower William Kikau is expected to play a vital role for the Vodafone Fiji Mbati against the Kangaroos in the Rugby League World Cup semi-final on Friday. And following its shock exit of the Rugby League World Cup after suffering defeats to Tonga and Fiji, the New Zealand Rugby League has said changes are needed. The NZRL chair has also revealed that its current rule, only allowing a New Zealand citizen to coach the national team, will also be reviewed. The Commonwealth Games torch arrived into Fiji from Tonga last night. The Queen's Baton Relay is en route to the Commonwealth Games that will be held on the Gold Coast next year. The team accompanying the baton was welcomed by the Minister for Youth and Sports, Lesine Tuitumbo, at Nandi International Airport.
We hope you will enjoy the Mbula spirit across Fiji when you take the torch around Bifilebu before it reaches the museum or the Australian Commission will be hosting you.
The Rio football side has included 4 guest players for its Pacific Cup campaign, which kicks off in Auckland tomorrow. Maximo Diego of Brazil, former All-White Sam Burfoot, plus New Zealand local club players Jared Golligan and Anushil Singh will link up with the Delta Tigers in New Zealand. The side also received a timely boost today with Jacks of Fiji signing up as its apparel sponsor for the tournament.
Everybody's available, whoever were in the IDC. We have Tamanisau, we have Peliloni Deba who started against Estonia. So just we have a lot of depth in the team.
In today's Play of the Day, action from the NBA, where the Charlotte Hornets hosted LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. In the final minutes of the fourth quarter, James punctuated their win over the Hornets with a steal and a one-handed breakaway dunk. That's it from Sports Tonight. Join Angie later on with weather and in new media right after the break. A look at the watch that will help you monitor time while it monitors your health. That's coming up.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ. मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1. इट्स सो हॉट.
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे. मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट.
हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेफ्रिकी से. मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं. मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट. आई लव मिर्ची एफएम.
हमें स्पिन टोटो ताबुआ के मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे.
मिर्ची एफएम, इट्स हॉट.
In new media, another wearable health monitor is poised to enter the market. This one is a permanent watch for any signs of illness. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to Weather World. A very rainy day was experienced throughout many places of the nation. Well, this is due to a low pressure system that is over us and will continue for a day or two. Looking at the west, a cloudy day with few rain sprinkles. Eastwards from Pakaba to Suva, a wet day with flood in few low-lying areas. And up north, a humid one with scattered clouds. At sea, east to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots with moderate to rough seas. And for the tides, low tide tonight will be at 9:22 with high tide tomorrow morning at 3:51. To the beauty of sunrise at 6:21. For tomorrow, rain will cover the whole nation, so frankly, a very warm yet rainy day in store. Be mindful of flood-prone areas. Tomorrow's temps, Suva will be the coolest with highs of 27 degrees. That's cool. And looking further onto Thursday, showers will be our guest. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. On Fiji on Pulse today, we asked, should municipal councils do much more to avoid flooding during heavy rain?
I believe municipal councils need to ensure that big drains are frequently cleaned and more drains are made to cater for water when it rains heavily.
Every time there is a heavy rain, it gets flooded up. We've been complaining, but no one is taking initiative to sort this thing out.
Sincerely, I think the municipal council is doing all its best, but nature is nature. Only God can alter nature. That is my opinion.
Actually, they should act before it's started raining, not to act when it started raining.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, a school of robot fish is testing the waters in Italy. Lily pads, fish and mussels of the electronic variety are being deployed. It's part of a project designed to monitor the water quality of the watery city. Recapping the main stories, more alarming statistics revealed about rape. Heavy rain causes flooding in Suva, and more than half of Fiji's population dependent on fisheries. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question this week, we are asking, are you impressed with the commitment shown by countries post-COP23? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day is a very interesting one taken by Josefa Narambe. Shows people under the umbrella at the Malolo sandbar. We'd like to encourage all our viewers to send in more pictures of our beautiful Fiji, tropical flowers, stunning waterfalls, a visiting cruise ship, or even your favorite pet. Just send them through to email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
Pero ndo talita kana barorong na radio Fiji 1 and domoy viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon ko lang ndo talita kana radio Fiji 1 kana domoy viti.
Kaya kuyazo sila tale. Nagurara may nawamanyi nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu pinasabale po nagundurong barong na radio Fiji 1 nandomoy viti.
Na radio Fiji 1 nandomoy viti na bonga ni BNN.